Hi loves, it's Catherine here from Self-Unity. Welcome to today's Pick a Card reading. For today's reading, we are asking the universe, your spirit guides, your angels, what is next for you in your career and or your business. So today's reading, we are going to be tapping into the energy of your career, of your job, of your business to receive the guidance that you most need to know at this time to help you in that specific area of your life. All right, loves. So for today's reading, we're just going to jump right into showing you all of the crystal selections and the card, what's on the back of it. I'll be revealing the other side of it. If you already know which pile is calling to you, which crystal or card is calling out to your intuition, then you can go ahead and skip over the intro and tap on the timestamp in the description box down below, and it will take you directly to the beginning of your reading. But if you'd like to stick around, feel out the energies, and really see, which crystal, which card is resonating with your intuition at this time, then go ahead and stick around, because sometimes whenever you see what's on the other side of the card, that in itself may be a sign or maybe a synchronicity for you at the time to kind of guide you into the reading that is specifically meant for you. All right, love, so let's go ahead and see what our crystal and card selections are today. So for pile 1, we have the Vanadanite crystal. See if we can get it to focus a little better. And let's see what your card is. We have problem resolved. Wow, look at that. Orange and orange. I never look at the cards until right now here with you. And so I love the synchronicity that we have the orange Vanadanite and the problem resolved with the orange border. All right, love. So for pile 1, we have Vanadanite or problem resolved. For pile 2, we have the Aquamarine point. All right, I'll show you the other side. It's a little smoother. And then let's see what your card is. We have parenting and children. Look at that again with the color synchronicity. That is crazy. I promise, I swear to you, I did not set it up this way. That's so interesting. So we have Aquamarine and parenting and children for pile 2. All right, let's see what we have for pile 3. We have the tiger's eye heart. A little bit of flash there. Oop. All right, and let's see what your card is. We have inner child. So we have tiger's eye and inner child for pile 3. In pile 4, you have the Labradorite. There's a little flash on it. Let's see if we can get it in the camera. You can kind of see it there. Okay, so pile 4, you have Labradorite. Let's see what your card is. We have be honest with yourself. So pile 4 is Labradorite and be honest with yourself. All right, love. So those are the pile selections for today's reading. Go ahead and select the crystal card, the pile that is most calling out to your intuition. And then tap on the timestamp in the description box down below, and I'll see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. Welcome into your career and business reading. So if you selected the beautiful Vanadanite crystal or the problem resolved card, then this is your reading. So we're going to set this over here. I'm actually feeling called. We're going to leave this in the middle. So this card being your first card in your reading today, this energy is really going to set the tone and the overall message for your reading. So with problem resolve coming out right away, I feel as though this is speaking to some type of resolution that you've been seeking is now coming through. And I also think that the majority of your reading is going to offer you guidance in terms of how you can overcome this problem or this challenge that you're going through right now in relation to your career or business. So let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards just so we can get a better look at the overall energies of what this problem in your career or your business is about. So for today's reading, we're going to be using the Lightseers Tarot deck. All right, and while I'm shuffling, if there's any questions that you have for your guides, your higher self or the universe, go ahead and take a moment to ask those questions now. And trust that they'll be answered in the divine's perfect timing. All right, so what does pile 1 need to know? In career and business, what problem are we overcoming? We're going to take those 2. Let's pull a couple more. Take those 2. And let's just get one more so we can even out the sides. All right, so for the side we have King of Wands, Ace of Wands. Wow, from the King to the Ace, from the Ace to the King. And we also have 12, the Hanged Man. Okay, and then on this side we have the 8 of Wands. We have 4 of Pentacles. And we have the Queen of Cups. All right, so let's see what's going on with pile 1. Okay, so first off, anytime Spirit guides me to set up the reading in this way where we bring the main card from the beginning of the reading into the center, and then we draw like sort of like 2 separate piles from the tarot, this tells me that there's some kind of divide or there's multiple opportunities or options here. But what I'm feeling overall with these contrasting energies is that there could be more than 2, but just for the sake of the example that we have here, it's like there's 2 parts of yourself that you're sort of battling with. Okay, it's this energy where you're faced with some kind of problem, but you're being guided to do something that maybe you wouldn't normally do, or something that seems a little taboo or unexpected on one side. And then the other side, you can sort of choose to kind of throw the towel and say, well, that's it, this problem surfaced, I'm done trying to figure it out. So it's like there's 2 sides of you that are sort of battling with either how to overcome this problem. Maybe you have multiple possibilities or ways of overcoming this problem, or you're battling with the energy of how to overcome this problem versus should I just let it go? Should I throw my hands up and kind of rid yourself of dealing with this situation? Okay, well, let's see if we can get some deeper insight on this with what your tarot cards are showing here. There's definitely something where you're needing a perspective shift. I'm also feeling this energy where for some of you, it's almost like maybe somebody outside of you is witnessing and recognizing your potential, or they're recognizing your skill sets or your accomplishment over the years. Like maybe you've sort of just been keeping to yourself when it comes to your career or your job. Like for some of you, I'm also picking up on school. Maybe you're in school, you're taking classes right now. And it's like this energy where, you've just been doing what you need to do, going to your classes, completing your assignments, turning your, assignments in on time, all this, like staying on top of everything. And you're just kind of doing it just because, you're kind of keeping to yourself in that energy. And even if you're not in classes, like same thing at work, you just show up, you do what you need to do, and you get it done. But through doing that process over the years, it's almost like you've had these people outside of you that have been witnessing your process and what you've been accomplishing in that time period. Even if you don't choose yourself to pause and to recognize what you've been working on, what you've been creating or sort of building up to, there are people around you that have been witnessing that. And I'm seeing that somebody outside of you may have come to you with some kind of offer or opportunity, or maybe they even just mentioned to you, they told you something they told you something about yourself that maybe they think you would be good at. So it's almost like a close friend or a coworker maybe mentioning to you something along the lines of like, hey, I've seen all this amazing work that you've been doing. And it's almost like where they've noticed that you've been doing something specific, but you weren't aware that that's what you were doing. Okay, so let's see if Spirit can give me an example of that. So they're giving me this example of it's like a personal example. So so when I was young, when I was in college, when I was in school, I worked at a student job, and one of the things that they had me doing was we received a digital banner for our office. So it's like a TV that shares all the ongoings of the university and things like that. And when we purchased this banner, there was like a group of us that worked in the office. We would each sort of take turns creating the banners for that digital TV. Okay. And so at the time, when I'm creating these digital banners, I'm not aware that what I'm doing was graphic design. I was just doing my job. I was just told, make a banner, put it on so we could put it on the TV and make these announcements. I was just making a banner. I wasn't really conscious of this is, graphic design, and this is something that, I could apply to other areas of my life or grow on and develop on. Okay, so it's that energy where you are doing something, maybe because somebody just told you to do it, it's part of your job, but there's like an underlying skill set that you are building on that you may not have been conscious of, and somebody close to you may have been witnessing this growth in that area, and they sort of bring that insight to you, and they share that awareness with you. And so now it's sort of it has you like reflecting on this energy of, well, should I pursue that, or should I continue on with this thing that I've been doing? Okay, and with the Hanged Man here and the King of Wands and the Ace of Wands, Spirit's saying that the answer to this situation already resides within you. And it's almost like you've already come to the answer. You've already resolved this issue, this problem internally. It's just that you haven't applied those external steps yet. So you've made the decision internally, yes, this is something I'm going to do, or yes, you already know a possible way to overcome this challenge, this problem, but you haven't taken those actual active steps yet. Okay, and for some of you, you may be waiting for something to close out. So for some of you, this could be like you're moving into a new job or a new career field entirely, and you're sort of waiting for those 2 weeks to be up. Maybe turning your 2-week notice, you're waiting for those 2 weeks to be up so you can start that new job or start off in that new career field. Okay, let's see what else. Some of you may also be there's like something that some of you are waiting on. You may be waiting on like a loan to come through. Maybe you're trying to start a business, investing. Maybe somebody is investing in something. I'm getting this message that for some of you, this problem could be where maybe somebody came to you with an issue that they were having in their own like business or career field, but it feels more like something was going on with their business, and they came to you asking you to help solve this problem. And so you may be investing something in them and their business. So this could be, actual physical money, or it could be your time, your resources. Maybe somebody that can help them with the issue that they have. So you may be helping somebody in that way as well. Even like it could be something as simple as, a coworker is going to get sick, or maybe their child's going to get sick and they're going to need some extra help, need somebody to cover their shift, and they may come to you and ask you to help them with covering their shifts. Okay, let's see if anything else comes through with these cards for career and business. I feel here like there's something that some of you are holding on to too tightly with the Four of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. And it's creating this block in your flow. It's like you're holding on too tightly to it, and Spirit's saying to let it go. It could be actual like finances or money, because this lady here is holding on to her purse, and it is the Four of Pentacles, and we can see each of the pentacles in her purse, and she's holding them close to her. It could also be some type of actual physical material item that you're holding on to too tightly. But it's like there's something that you're waiting to come in, but it could be blocked because of what you're holding on to too tightly. You're not wanting to loosen your grip on it. And when you hold on to something tight, or when you're sort of feeling in that stuck energy, you know, it means that something's not flowing. And in order to receive something in return, you have to also give. And that could be why we mentioned, you know, somebody's going to come to you with a problem of their own. And through you helping them, it will also help to reignite that flowing energy where things can start to flow into you once again as well. But with the Queen of Cups and the Four of Pentacles right next to each other, this is showing the guidance that you need to, you know, sort of free your hands a bit, open your hands up, so you can be open to receiving what it is that you're wanting to receive, even if it's something as simple as just the answer to this problem that you're facing, or this decision that you're trying to make for yourself and your career. Let's see if we can get more guidance on what this is about, though. I feel like more needs to be said there. What is this Four of Pentacles, Queen of Cups about? What are they holding on to too tightly? Let's pile one holding on too tightly. We'll take those two. Okay. Okay, so we have the Sun. There she is with her hands opened up again. We'll put this here. And then we have Ace of Pentacles. And we have Eight of Swords. Okay. So yes, it definitely something related to finances or materialism in some way. It's where you're holding on to it too tightly, and you may also not be like in the energy of not wanting to even look at it, because even here, you know, she's holding on to it, but she's looking away from it. She's not giving it her real attention. It's sort of like holding on to it blindly. Okay. So Spirit's not fully telling me what it is that you're holding on to, but I think on a subconscious level, you will know what this is, okay? And you already know what it is because you're not allowing yourself to look at it. So there may be this need to ask yourself, what am I missing? What am I not looking at? What am I not seeing here? And that's also in alignment with the Hanged Man there. It's already in your vision. It's already within you. The answers you're seeking, the things that you're seeking to change, those answers already exist within you. You have to allow yourself to really surrender to what is happening in the present moment, though. Because it feels like, you know, just from what we've talked about in your reading, and also these powerful top cards here, there's this energy where, oh, the message is slipping out. I hate when that happens. The message comes in and then it goes out. All right. Okay, I think I got it back. Okay, so there's this energy here where it's like you've received some type of information, and this information that you've received, it's sort of, it hasn't yet initiated some kind of change in the physical, but internally it sort of shook you up. It's like somebody came to you and they said something to you, or, maybe you went through some kind of experience. You received some kind of pushback, some kind of challenge that you're facing, that you're trying to overcome. And it's like this situation that was presented to you, this information that has been gifted to you, even though it doesn't seem like a gift right now, because I almost see you in this energy where you're just like, I wish they never said that to me. I wish they never did that to me. But they did it, or you had that experience, you received that experience because there's something within you that needs your attention, that needs your time, that needs you to face it so we can bring healing to it. All right. And it's definitely something connected to money and finances, because we have the Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles here, and that's what she's holding on to here. And this is also a career and business reading, so it's also going to be interrelated of something with your career. And for some of you, this could also be, how we talked about, you may be going through a change in the career industry that you're in, or changing the job that you're in. So some of you could be holding on too tightly to that previous career field or job. There's that fear of the unknown, fear of what's going to happen in the next job or in the next career industry that you're shifting towards. Okay, but with the Queen of Cups and the Sun here, there is this message coming through of this need to sort of surrender, throw your hands up to the universe, and trust that the visions you've received, that inner light, that inner knowing, and the universe, God, whatever higher power you believe in, is going to guide you to this flourishing new beginning that will bring forth that deep inner healing that you're seeking and that you're needing to go through. Okay, so I know right now, this time in relation to your career and business, it may feel a little bit unsteady, unsure. Like you may be a little bit unsure of what's going to happen next, but it is sending you through this deep inner healing journey with yourself, the changes that are presenting themselves to you now. Okay, and that's why Spirit's not giving me much to go on as to what's going to really happen next. It's because it's a journey that you're meant to go through and meant to explore on your own, because there is a deeper inner healing here. It's almost bringing up sort of like dark night of the soul energy, where you go into these spaces of yourself and you spend time with yourself, with your soul, and really tuning into what internally needs healing. And because this is a career reading, here we're talking about what really needs healing in terms of your career, job, your money, your finances. And also, I'm sure because you're being sent on that journey, that more than just that is going to come up for you as you go through this change in your career and your job. In all aspects of your life as well. Okay, it's not just going to be the changes that are happening in your career and your finance. It's also going to affect how you view and how you operate in the communities of your relationship, of your health, of your mindset, of your spirituality, and so on and so forth. This is like a big initiation into some type of physical change. But first, it's really happening on that deep internal level. So even though things are sort of shifting in your physical world, and maybe even, they may even feel like they're not making like such huge grand shifts, they may be like baby shifts here and there. So it could even be that energy of sort of feeling stuck or unsure, unsteady as to what's actually going to happen next. There is this deep knowing internally as to what's going on. So intuitively, you will know where you're being guided to. And that's why we have the King of Wands and the Ace of Wands here, is trusting in what you're feeling intuitively and applying it to your external world, making those changes, taking those action steps. The Wands is all about taking actions, moving into motions. And here we have the King of Wands. A cycle is complete. You've mastered that skill. Now it's time to start anew with the new ideas, the new fire that is breathing out of you. All right, let's go ahead and pull an oracle card. Let's pull your last oracle card here. We're going to pull from the Animal Messages deck. I think this is called Animal Messages. Something along the lines there. But I do know it's by Susie Green. So if you're interested in what oracle deck I'm using, it's Animal Messages by Susie Green. All right, let's see what yours is. It just popped out. We have Badger. Abandon compromise and fight valiantly for what you believe in. Badger. Abandon compromise and fight valiantly for what you believe in. Yes. This is bringing me back to what I said, where it's like something was brought to your awareness, something was brought to your consciousness that really shook up how you're viewing your external reality. And the Badger's coming in to tell you to give into what you're believing and what you're seeing now. It's like somebody came in and they took the blindfold off. They opened your eyes for you, and now you can clearly see the truth, the reality of yourself and your experiences in your physical reality as well. So Badger is reminding you to abandon compromise and fight valiantly for what you believe in. All right, loves, that's it for your reading today. I thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this reading, please give this video a thumbs up and comment down below what you enjoyed most, what resonated with you. Let me know. I love to hear from you all in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on next week's reading. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so through sending me a DM on Instagram at selfunity, or you can email me at selfunity@outlook.com, and we can set up a more personalized reading for you where all of the messages that come through are meant just for you. So thank you so much again, my loves. I'm sending you so much love and healing energy. Have a beautiful day. Bye, loves. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome into your reading. So if you selected the Aquamarine crystal point or parenting and children, then this is your reading. Welcome in. So I'm going to set these aside over here. And we're going to start by pulling some more tarot cards from the Lightseers Tarot deck, just so we can get a full scope of your energy in relation to your career business at this time, and what messages are coming through for you in terms of what to do next. But this is interesting because we have parenting and children here. So this is definitely bringing up that some of you may be contemplating or thinking about, you know, how you are going to create some kind of like work-life balance with your career and your children or your family. Maybe some of you are having to, maybe you're the child and you're having to take care of your parents now, and you may be, again, contemplating, you know, how to create that work-life balance. Some of you may also be wanting to stay at home more to be closer with your children or your parents. So let's see though, let's get some more cards so we can get a better look at what this is actually speaking to. All right, love, so while I'm shuffling, if you have any questions, if I can get that to go together, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask your guides, the universe, your higher self, God, source energy, go ahead and take a moment to ask those questions now and trust that they will be answered in the divine's perfect timing. All right, and Spirit saying, keep in mind this was career and business reading though, so specifically asking questions in relation to that. Let's get some tarot. What does pile 2 need to know about career and business? Let's get 2 more. Alright, so let's see what's going on for pile 2. We have 3, the Empress. Oh, somebody is definitely expecting. We have parenting and children, and then the Empress there. Either you're expecting a child or planning for one and thinking of it in relation to career and work, or you're just thinking about your your job or career in relation to the balance of, work life and taking care of your children balance. But let's see what else we have. We also have Page of Swords. We have Eight of Swords. All right. Two of Swords. Wow, so many swords. You're definitely in your head about something. You're contemplating something. We have Two of Pentacles. There we go with the balance. Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles. And we have Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. Wow. Okay, so this is basically kind of representing everything I talked about when we only had the parenting and children card here. So let's see if we can dive a little bit deeper into those messages. So definitely there is this energy where you are contemplating and you're really in your mind about it, because we have so many swords. We have Page of Swords, Eight of Swords, and Two of Swords. And I think specifically for some of you, because we have the Empress here with the belly, you may be expecting a new child soon. And so you may specifically be thinking about maternity or paternity leave and how it may affect you through taking that leave at your job. Like maybe you have a very, all positions are very important, but maybe for your position at your job or in your career, maybe you have a business, it's like something that only you do, and they may have to bring somebody new in to sort of cover your job while you're taking this maternity leave. Okay, so this message coming through is going to be for somebody very specific. Yes, that's going to be for somebody very specific. So you may be just kind of going into your mind as to, how things are going to play out in the future in terms of your career, because they may have to bring somebody in to do your job because you are literally the only one that does this job. There may also be a situation where you can come and present this opportunity to have like other coworkers that, already work with you, take on some of your job duties, so maybe if like Spirit's just giving me this example, so say maybe there's like 5 specific things that you do, you can teach like 1 or 2 of those to one specific person that you work with. You can teach another person the other 2 things that you do, and kind of balance out your duties and the things that you do at your career and job. So while you're away taking care of your child, taking care of yourself, your family, you don't have to worry about what's happening in your career at your job. Okay, so that is a very specific message for somebody, but there may be parts of it that do resonate with you as well. Okay, so as always, these are very general readings. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. It's not meant for you. Don't force it to fit. Okay, so let's see what else is coming up. There's this energy here of balance where some of you may just be contemplating and thinking up some kind of plan. I see like with the book here where you may physically be writing it down, mapping out how you're going to just balance your time, balance your energy, balance your resources, in order to make things flow or make them work. Okay, so now Spirit's kind of pulling me into this territory of future reflections. Okay, so you may not be expecting, but you may be in a position where you are taking care of others in some way. You're taking care of yourself, but also maybe you're taking care of children or your parents, vice versa. Maybe a friend, a sibling, whatever it may be. And you may be mapping out a plan for future instances that are related to things like finances or traveling or moving, but it's something that is specifically connected to your career. Okay, so for some of you, you may be deciding that you want to start a business, or if you already have a business, you're wanting to progress in your business and take things to a higher level. But you also have, this other aspect of life where you're taking care of people. And so you may be trying to elevate things in your business or start a business to help make it easier for when you have to show up for these other people in your life and taking care of them. Okay, so it's very it's like the energy of what everyone essentially can want or desire, where you want the freedom, the flexibility to be able to show up and be there for your children and your family whenever you want. And so you're mapping out this plan, or it's like an energy or mindset where you have more freedom in your own personal life, but also in your career life. And so that's why I think for so many of you, you may really be contemplating starting a business or shifting into a higher position in your career field, something that will bring in more income and more passive income, where it's like you don't even have to lift a finger here. You can just do the work. You don't even have to look at what's happening. You just allow it to happen for you. Okay. But there is also a lot of untangling that has to happen here. Okay. Because we have the Eight of Swords, we also have the Page of Swords. And I just noticed, we have these two cards here where they're all tangled up. They can't see. Their hands are tied together here. And then in the Two of Swords, it's like her hands get a little bit free. And then here in the Page of Swords, she's untangled all of those swords, and now she's able to let them fly free. Okay, so this is showing that you will be able to untangle them, to come out of the mindset or the current energy that you're in, but it is going to take it's going to take some work. It's going to take some attention. But I feel like you're already doing that work. You're already doing that inner work, and you're mapping it out, writing it out. If you're not, then that is a suggestion to, start mapping out what you're thinking about creating in the physical, or where you're wanting to advance in some way in your career or in your business. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some oracle cards. I'm going to pull from this deck here. This is the Black Moon Astrology cards. So I'm going to give this a shuffle. I don't usually use this deck, but it was kind of calling to me for this reading today. So let's see what's coming out. All right, so Black Moon Astrology. What do we need to know for pile 2? Cards don't want to come out. All right, I'm going to have to pull it this way. So let's see. All right, we're going to take, I guess, two. Two came out there. Let's do one more. We'll take 2. Okay. All right, so let's see what we have. Let's go in the order that they came out. Okay. So first we have 8, Chiron healing. Yes, there's a deep healing going on here. And this is a healing that you're aware of, that you're conscious of. Okay, this is something that you have chosen to become aware of and to physically work on bringing healing to. Let's scoot these over here. Let's see. We also have 49, Jupiter return benefits. Yes. Yes. You are putting, it's almost like, what's that quote? It's like there's a quote for it where it's like, it's live like no one else now so you can live like no one else later. Okay, that's sort of like the energy that you're embodying now, where you become aware that there was something that was out of balance, something that wasn't as stable as you thought it was, and it could have been triggered by this awareness that you have children or family members to take care of. There's more that you're taking care of than just yourself. And it could have triggered you into facing all that was out of balance, all that wasn't working for you. And so now you're creating this plan or this map, this path for yourself, and your family members, anyone else involved, to follow, so that way you can heal anything that needs healing, anything where there's this energy of lack or instability, or it's being out of balance. So then you can bring in the energy that will better benefit you and your family, your children in the long run. Let's see what else we have. We have 51, Mercury retrograde reinvention. Yeah, we just had Mercury retrograde too. It just moved out of retro and now it's going direct, but we're still in the shadow period. So a lot of these revelations may have come up for you in the last couple weeks. Okay, we also have 37, fire element, desire. Yes, what do you desire? You already know what you desire and you are putting in the work to go after it. Got a little crowded with the cards there, but that's okay. We'll scoot these out. Yeah, so let's see what's going on. Let's go a little deeper. Okay. Yeah, I really feel like this is just reiterating what we've already talked about. And I think it keeps coming up because it's just reconfirming to you that you already know what it is that you need to do, and you're already doing it. You're already in that process. So if you're watching this, Spirit's just saying, yes, you are on the right path. Continue moving forward with this plan. Now, Spirit is coming in and saying that it may be a challenge, because this is a reinvention. This is a healing, reinventing yourselves, change, creating balance where there wasn't balance. It is tricky. It is challenging, because you're having to train yourself or condition yourself into not doing things how you used to do them, and then inviting in new ways of doing things. Okay, or even like inviting in new things that maybe you weren't aware of, things that you didn't know about. Spirit's bringing me to the example of children. You don't know what it's like to be a parent until you have children. So that's also the energy that you're working through here, where it's like something has come in and removed the blindfold from your eyes, and now you're able to see things with more clarity, and you're able to see clearly where you need this healing, where you need to make these changes, so you can bring in the abundance, the benefits, and the desire that you are seeking. Okay. Spirit's also drawing me back to the card here, Jupiter return with benefits, where these things that you're doing, these changes that you're making, they are not just for yourself. You're doing this for the benefit of everyone involved. Spirit's saying that you may have trouble, or you may be sort of facing the challenge of getting other people that are also connected to these changes. So specifically your family members, maybe you're trying to implement new ways of doing things or thinking of things, or embracing things. There's something new that you're trying to present to your family so it can benefit you all in the long run. It's like looking at that future plan that we talked about, and Spirit saying you may have trouble getting them to see the benefits of these changes. So let's see if we can get a little bit of guidance on that. Let's see, what can we do about the challenges that arise from presenting these changes into the family dynamic. Okay, we'll take those two. Okay, we have 6 of Pentacles. This is the card of giving and receiving. We also have 4 of Swords, and we have 3 of Wands. Okay, yeah, so Spirit's saying it is going to be a challenge, okay, because you are the one that has been gifted with the clarity, the awareness, and the consciousness of seeing what needs to be changed in your life. And the 6 of Pentacles is all about the energy of giving, okay? And so in relation to what we talked about in this reading, in order to get these other individuals to see that these changes are going to benefit, you first have to give of yourself to this energy completely. You have to be the guiding light through doing it yourself and showing them of doing it yourself. Okay, so initially and maybe for a while, this journey may feel a bit lonely. You may feel as though you're the only one that's trying to bring forth the desires, the abundance, the change that you're initiating. Okay, and Spirit's saying it's okay. It's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. This is a journey, but eventually you will be able to give back everything and more that you're wanting to create and give back anyways from pursuing these changes in this journey. Okay, it's like the energy of reminding yourself, why did you choose to make these changes, to go through this healing process for yourself? It's not just for yourself, it is for these other people, but you're not going to be able to get them to see that until you do it for yourself. And just keep holding on to your why. Even if they don't see it yet, you're still doing it for them by doing it for yourself. Okay, let's go ahead and pull your last card here, pile 2. So I'm going to pull one last card from this deck here. This is the Animal Messages Oracle deck by Susie Green. So let's see what animal guide is working with you through these changes that you're going through with your family and your career field. Ooh, we have the lion just jumping out. Yes, banish loneliness by reaching out to special friends. Banish loneliness by reaching out to special friends. Yes, okay. Okay, yes. Okay, so many messages are coming through with the lion here. So even though lions live in packs, this is showing the male lion here. And a lot of the times the male lion will go out and do things on their own. And this is sort of like what you're experiencing now. You're choosing to make changes within your career path, within your business path, for the benefit and support of your family, and also to create that energy of having more flexibility, more balance, and freedom in your personal life and your business or career life. Okay. But again, how we talked about with, let me see if they're still on top, with these cards here, oops, the 3 of Wands and the 4 of Swords, this journey can feel a bit lonely. Okay, because the people closest to you that you are making these changes for, okay, they may not understand, they may not see it. And that can be frustrating. That can feel lonely, lonesome. So with the line coming out here, Spirit is guiding you to find close friends. It doesn't have to be many. It could just be 1 or 2. But to really find your lion or lioness tribe that you can turn to when you are feeling a bit lonely, when you're feeling as though others aren't understanding why you're making these changes in your life and in your family's life. Okay, love. So just know that you're not alone. I also I'm feeling called to mention, you're going through a deep spiritual and mental healing process here. Okay, I said mental process. You're shifting your mindset here, which will in itself shift so many other things in your life. And Spirit wants you to know truly that you are not alone. So many people have gone through a similar experience where they realize what they were doing is not working, especially when they go through a shift, such as changing from the energy of, either not having children to having children, or, having one child to having more than one child. But there's this energy where something triggered you into realizing that what was once working for you is now out of balance. It's not working, and change needs to happen. And this is not some small change that happens overnight. This is a deep inner healing. And many people have gone through this. Many people are going through this now. So just know truly that you are not alone. There are other people out there that are also going through the same thing that you're going through, of making big changes in their lives. And those that are closest to them, the people that you're really making these changes for, may not understand. But as long as you keep doing this inner work, you will create huge changes on a cellular level, on a physical level, a mental level, spiritual level, and also within your own family line. So keep working at it, keep following that vision, keep following your desires, and know that eventually it will pay off. All right, loves, that's it for your reading today. I thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this reading, please give this video a thumbs up and comment down below what you enjoyed most. I really love hearing from you all about how the messages resonated with you and what stood out. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on next week's reading. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so through sending me a DM on Instagram at selfunity, or you can email me at selfunity@outlook.com, and we can set up a personal reading for you where all of the messages that come through are meant just for you. All right, loves, I thank you so much once again. I'm sending you so much love and healing energy. Have a beautiful day. Bye, loves. Hello, pile 3. Welcome into your reading, loves. So if you selected the Tiger's Eye Heart or the Inner Child card, then this is your reading. Welcome in. All right, loves, so I'm going to set this aside, and we're going to start off by pulling some more tarot cards so we can get a full look at your present energy and what messages are trying to come through for you in relation to what's going to happen next for you in career and business. So before I pull the cards, I really want to talk about this inner child card because it's just so dreamy. I feel like, oh, I want to be there. This is the energy that I really want to be in. And so I do feel that in relation to career and business, your inner child may be trying to come through and trying to guide you towards something that may be a little bit unique. It may be a little bit different than what you're used to following or creating. Okay, so we'll see what else comes through. But I also want to mention, I keep feeling as though this card is reminding me about Peter Pan. It has that energy of like Wendy being taken away by Pan in the night sky. Even though I know she's not a fairy, it's kind of giving those vibes of Wendy flying off into the night sky with Pan. And I also think that movie just came out, so maybe it's significant to somebody watching this where they just watched that movie, or maybe they've been wanting to rewatch it. So if so, that may be a sign for somebody or synchronicity. All right, but let's go ahead and see what else is going to come up for you, pile 3. So while I'm shuffling, if you have any questions in relation to career and business, go ahead and ask those questions to yourself, the universe, God, source, your angels, and trust that they will be answered in the divine perfect timing. Oh, some of you may also have a child that you are thinking about, or maybe even like working with in some way. These cards just flipped out and over, so we're going to take them. Let's see, we have Queen of Wands. We have 7 of Pentacles. We also have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so Spirit's bringing me back to how I mentioned child. And I feel this energy where it's like a child's wanting to work in some way. Okay, so some of you, maybe you have a teenager, or even like, you know, Spirit's saying like it doesn't matter how old they are. I just feel that some of you may have a child. They are definitely young, like they are under the age of 18, 20 at least, where they're coming to you with some kind of idea in relation to working. Maybe they're wanting to start some kind of business, or even like start a YouTube channel, or maybe like streaming or something. And so they may be coming to you asking you for assistance on this, or maybe they're asking you for permission in some way. So just be mindful of that, be open to that. That may present itself to you. But let's go ahead and see what's coming up with the Queen of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, okay. So I feel like these cards always come out together. They're like best friends. I always see them together. But I love it because both of these cards are showing that there is this power within you that is trying to be birthed, that's trying to come out of you, and it's trying to grow, it's trying to flourish. Okay, so this is definitely bringing up the energy that there is something new that you're wanting to explore, that you're wanting to create. But I'm also seeing that for some of you, it's not new in the sense that you're working on it. You've been working on this for some time now, okay? And it's giving this energy where, because with the Knight of Pentacles here, it's showing that you're walking away from something. So for some of you, maybe for some time you've had a sort of like a side hustle that was connected to your inner child, to some kind of childhood dream, and you've been working on it on the side while you also have like a day job, or you're working for somebody else or with somebody else on something, working on something totally different. And on the side you've been growing this inner child dream, this inner child idea, and now you're getting to this point where you're going to be able to walk away from the position, the career field, the job that doesn't align with your inner child dream or ideas, whatever it is that you've been creating, whatever it is that you've been working on. It's like you've now grown this business, this page. Maybe like some of you, again, the YouTube's coming out, maybe you have a YouTube channel yourself, some kind of business, maybe like I'm getting creative projects as well, or maybe you're crafting something, creating something, and it's finally flourishing enough where you can walk away from all the other things that don't bring you the sense of joy or inner child peace. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and pull some more cards just so we can get some more guidance on this. See what else is coming through. Okay, we also have Three of Pentacles. Yes, you had to build something from the ground up. Wow, as I say that, the Tower. 16, the Tower. We also have Four of Wands. And 5, the Hierophant. Okay. All right, I'm getting such an interesting message here. I'm almost getting a message of caution. So be cautious in making big life changes right now. There's something you're wanting to walk away from, but I'm getting this message where it may not be time just yet. Okay, and they're bringing me back to the Seven of Pentacles here, where it's like you're starting to see momentum, you're starting to see physical growth. And so you may be telling yourself, yes, it's time to leave this behind and to solely focus on growing this one thing. Okay, but Spirit's reminding you here, it has barely breached the surface, and you may need to give it a little bit more time. And with that, there's tons of messages coming in. One, it may need more time to fully settle in to its foundation. It's just now breached the surface, and it's just now able to see the things that are above the ground, that are outside the ground. And it can feel a little bit like what's the word? It can feel a little overwhelmed, because it has just breached the surface, and now this tree is now able to see all the things that are above the surface. Okay, so it's also like the energy of being birthed through the birth canal. When you come out as a little baby, you're overwhelmed with all of these bright lights, people in your face, things that you weren't able to see before because you were in the womb, in the dark, in the water. Okay, but now you've breached the surface, and it's going to take time for you to fully grow into your foundation of understanding that things are safe, that this is okay, this is where you are now, this is your new home. So just know that if you have just started to see some type of turnaround with this side venture, this inner child dream that you've been working on creating, flourishing, growing, Spirit's saying to give it a little bit more time because it has just reached the surface. It needs more time to settle into this foundation. So it's like you may have some dips and then you may rise up again. You may have another dip and then you may rise up again. So just be mindful that it may not be just yet time, okay? But do know that the abundance is following you, because it sort of looks like it's following him here. It is following you. And I was also getting that message because of the journey that these cards took me on here, where we have the Three of Pentacles, which represents this energy of sort of working from the ground up, which is in relation to the Seven of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands messages here. And then we have the Tower, which represents things falling down. And with this card, I feel it's very much in alignment with the Knight of Pentacles, where you've chosen to let go of something. You've chosen to let something fall down and crumble. But then with the Four of Wands and the Hierophant, it's like this energy of like party central, you know, just having a good time partying. But when I saw the Hierophant, it's like he was just laughing, like, oh goodness, what have I done? And so it's like there is positives in leaving this behind, but there is this need to be cautious of the Pentacles energy here, okay? Because none of these are Pentacles, and you want to ensure that you have that physical, financial, materialistic support, okay? So just be mindful of that. Unless, you know, Spirit's coming in, unless that's not what you're going for. If you want more freedom, flexibility, you're not really focused on the Pentacles, the finances, the materialism, then that's okay too. Let's see if anything else is coming through here. This card always reminds me of Burning Man. So somebody maybe going to Burning Man or buying tickets or preparing for that. You may even like meet somebody that attends festivals. Like maybe they really enjoy going to festivals. Maybe you do too. Maybe even like seeking a partner or like a close friend that you can go and attend these festivals with, and you may meet them soon. All right, Spirit's also bringing up this message, or kind of circling back around to the inner child here, where in choosing to leave behind this previous previous career or job, and choosing to be fully reliant on this dream, this creation that's from your inner child, there is going to be this need to get comfortable with the knowing that now everything you do is going to be fully your choice, your decision. And that's not to say that it wasn't before. It's just this energy where transitioning from having a job and having a list of duties and, you know, somebody telling you what to do with your time when you're working at that job or in that career path, to then transitioning to being a business owner and being completely reliant on yourself and having to make the decisions and the choices for what happens in your job. So there may be some like adjustment or transition of you becoming comfortable with that. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and pull an oracle card now. I'm going to pull an oracle card from this deck here. This is the Work Your Light Oracle deck. Let's see what comes out. We have Mintaken. I'm not sure if I'm saying that. Mintaken. Longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Yes, I feel like some of you are really moving away. You're shifting your focus away from career and business and bringing your focus back to things that really just light you up, that bring you joy. Like the energy of this inner child card here on the Four of Wands and the Hierophant. Let's see if there's another card that wants to come out. Wow, we also have Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Yes, these are the cards that we want to see. Your dreams are coming true. And we have play. Have fun. Celebrate. Don't be so serious. Okay, so... Okay, yes. Okay, so now so Spirit's bringing me back to how we had that message of caution come up, because I'm seeing these cards. My Spirit, why did you bring up that message of caution? They're saying that that could actually be just something that you are facing internally, where you're facing those inner fears and trying to heal them and be there for them while you make these big changes and big shifts in your life, because you are shifting from sort of having someone tell you what to do to doing things completely on your own. Okay, and again, even though you're shifting into that and you have these really positive, uplifting cards, Spirit is just coming in to say to be mindful of, you may experience those dips, you may experience those highs and then the lows, and then so on and so forth. Okay, so just be aware that that is going to come through now, not just in your personal life, but also in your career and business. Because I feel like before, when you have someone telling you what to do, things are steady, they're stable, they're just moving on a straight line. But now things are going to be going with the flow, and everything goes up and it goes down, and goes up and down. So just be mindful of that when you shift over to fully being supported and reliant on this inner child dream, this project, this business that you've been working on and creating. But it is going to bring beautiful experiences and connections. Yes, I feel like the place that you're shifting into, it's almost bringing up this energy of like the nomadic spirit, where you're just going to be going with the flow of what you're being guided to go towards. You're just going to be sort of playing with the universe, just having fun, not taking things so seriously, going to where you're guided to, and trying to recreate and embrace experiences that feel like heaven on earth, that feel like you're in touch with your inner child, with that inner light, that inner power. All right, let's go ahead and pull your last card now. I'm going to pull one last card for you from the Animal Messages Oracle deck. Let me give this a shuffle. All right, so what animal message guide does pile? Oh, you have two. They don't want to go in. Let's see what your animal message guide is for pile 3. Okay, we have Cobra. Change is inevitable, but with it comes the chance to shed a burden. And you also have Eagle. Create your own vision. Yes, I feel like you're already doing that. You're working on creating your vision. But this change that is coming in, it's inviting in a whole new experience, something completely brand new in your physical environment. You've been working on creating this internally, visualizing it, but now it's happening in the physical, and it can be a little bit bumpy. It can go through those downs and lows like we talked about, but overall it is going to bring up the most beautiful experiences, starting with this chance to let go and shed those things that aren't in alignment with what you've been wanting to experience in this place of the inner child healing, of tapping into that true inner power that you hold, that you possess, that you've been working on curating and developing, so you can get to this point of leaving behind those things that don't align with you, that don't support your ego vision, that don't really support you being able to play and just have fun and not take things so seriously. I feel like for some of you, you've had to work really hard to come to this point. Like you really started at the bottom and you had to work your way up to this point now. And now you're there. You're at a place where you get to choose to walk away and to take that path that maybe, less travel. And you get to experience those highs and lows and have completely new and unique and beautiful experiences with yourself and with others. All right, loves, that's it for your reading today. I thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this reading, please give this video a thumbs up. and comment down below what you enjoyed most. I'd love to hear how the messages that came through resonated with you. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on next week's reading. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so through sending me a DM on Instagram at selfunity, or you can email me at selfunity@outlook.com, and we can set up a personal reading for you where all of the messages that come through are meant just for you. All right, loves, I thank you so much once again. I'm sending you so much love and healing energy. Have a beautiful day. Bye. Hello, Pile 4. Welcome into your reading, loves. So if you selected the Labradorite crystal, let me show you some of the flash again. There you go. Or you picked the Be Honest with Yourself card, then this is your reading. Welcome in. All right, so we're going to set this here and put the crystal over here, and we're going to get started by pulling some more tarot cards from the Lightseers Tarot deck. And so for today's reading, we are going to be tapping into what is next for you in career or business. And since the Be Honest with Yourself card is the first card that came out, this card is really setting the tone. It's setting the overall energy that you're reading and the messages that are coming through are going to be about. Okay, so with Be Honest with Yourself, and we have the dragonfly there and the fairy sort of, down on her, like she's sitting down praying up to the dragonfly. She's looking for inspiration, looking for solace. Okay, and so I feel that once we get some more cards, we'll be able to see the full scope of what it is that you're unable to clearly see in the situation. Okay, or something that you may not quite being honest with yourself about. Okay, so let's see what comes through for you, Pile 4. So while I'm shuffling, oops, if I can shuffle, while I'm shuffling, if you have any questions that you like to ask your spirit guides, the universe, your higher self, God, source, energy, go ahead and ask those questions now. Keep in mind that this is about career and business, and trust that you will receive the answers within the divine's perfect timing. Ooh, we have the Tower jumping out and over 16, the Tower. Let's see what else is coming through. With the Tower jumping out like that, I feel that something is ended. Something has closed out. It's a lot of cards, but we'll take them. But you may not be wanting to admit that to yourself, that something is over. So because this is about career and business, for some of you, maybe you recently lost a job, maybe you were let go, or you're coming up on the deciding factor of choosing to leave it. Maybe something's not working out like it once was, and so there's something that has sort of been severed, something that has been cut loose, been cut free. So let's see what else we have. We have the Ace of Swords. We also have 12, the Hanged Man. Okay. We have 2 of Wands. We have 5, the Hierophant. And 14, Temperance. Wow. Let's scoot these down, and we're actually going to pull one more card to put right here. You have a lot of major arcana cards coming out. So this tells me that you are going through a huge shift right now, some kind of big transformation. You also have the Ace of Wands with the Ace of Swords, 2 aces there, which is representing a new beginning of sorts, something new, some kind of change, some type of transformation. Okay, loves, let's get into it. Okay, yes. So something has served its time in your life. And because this is about career and business, it's going to be connected to that in some way. This could be a specific job. It could be maybe school. Maybe you've been taking classes and you graduated and now you're going to be entering the workforce, entering the career industry. Maybe you're starting a business of your own. Okay, but anyways, bringing it back, something has ended, it either has ended or it is coming up to a close, and it hasn't ended yet. It hasn't been set free or cut loose because you are not being honest with yourself about that. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is if you're still in a space, some of you are in this space where you may be feeling stuck, maybe feeling out of balance, maybe feeling as though things aren't working or flowing as well as they once did, okay? And there's something within you that's sort of telling you it's time to let something go. It's telling you it's time to let this go. It's time to set it free. It's time to set yourself free from this thing, whether it be a specific job title, maybe working with somebody specifically, maybe you're working with somebody and it's just not working out anymore and you're having to sort of cut ties with that business partnership. Maybe the career field that you're in is no longer in alignment with what you want to be experiencing. Or I'm also seeing for some of you, maybe you're at a specific, like you're working at a specific job in a specific industry, but maybe you recently learned that their business practices were not in alignment with the type of business that you want to be supporting and working for, being connected with, okay? So for some of you, maybe you've received some type of information or seen something within your job or career that just didn't sit right with you, and it sort of initiated this need to cut ties with it and to try something new, to explore something new. Okay, so let's get into what this new thing is. We have the Two of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Temperance here. I feel like Spirit's not quite yet revealing what is new because they really want you to focus on. It's funny because this title of this reading is what is next for you in career and business, and Spirit's sort of saying that you should not really be worried or concerning yourself with what's next in career and business, because right now you need to be focused on healing and coming back into the truth and being honest with yourself about why these changes have been initiated, okay? Whether or not you're the one that initiated these changes or not, okay? So for some of you, maybe you've been let go from a job and it wasn't your choice to be let go, or maybe you were working with somebody like in a contract or some type of business partnership and they chose to cut ties with you. They chose to no longer work with you. And, no matter what, whether or not you initiated the change or somebody else did, there's still this energy where you're sort of pushing that truth away and not really wanting to look at it for what it is, okay? It's like you're just pretending it didn't happen, almost, not accepting that it has happened. And so Spirit's saying there's this need to come into yourself and the realization that this has happened. And I feel that these cards here are representing why this has happened. Okay, so for some of you, things may be a bit out of balance. Okay, you may feel, or you may not be aware of this energy where things aren't working out as fluidly as they once did. Maybe you or this other person was having to force interactions, or I'm seeing something with time where maybe there was like a lot of waiting, a lot of patience was having to play a part in it, and maybe somebody was getting impatient, it wasn't working out. And so that's representing that there was some kind of imbalance, whether it be with time or like physical like physical expectations, like things that you were required to do that you weren't doing, or things that they were required to do that they weren't doing. There's also the imbalance of morals coming into play as well, where, you know, how I mentioned, maybe you learned something about the corporation or the business people that you were working with, and it was not in alignment with your own morals. And so you're wanting to reset the balance there and to come back into yourself, into your own space, so you can realign with something that is in alignment with your moral standards and views and beliefs. Okay, we also have the Two of Wands here, which is representing this energy of a longing. We also have the globe here and like a van with the surfboard on it. And so I feel that this change, this transformation that has been initiated, may also have been initiated because there is something more that you are longing for, something more that you want to experience than you've been experiencing in your current or previous position in your career business field. Okay, it's like something, it's like you know, the energy of daydreaming when you're working. You know, you weren't really being present with the work that you were doing or the people that you were interacting with. It's like you were showing up and you were doing the things that you needed to do, but all the while you were doing it, your mind was somewhere else. You were envisioning other things that you wished you would rather have been doing. And so this change, this transformation was initiated to bring this into awareness and really get you to question yourself and ask yourself, you know, is the work, the job, the career path, the people you're working with, are those connections and experiences in alignment with what you're daydreaming about, and, you know, with your morals, with your beliefs, with the things that you want to be experiencing and really latching onto and embodying and embracing in your everyday when you show up to, you know, do work or work on your business in some way, or even in the connections that you make with other business people. Okay, we also have the Hierophant. And so I'm feeling like these are like kind of like checklist items as to why this change has been initiated, or, you know, why you're going through this transformation that you're going through. Another one is to bring you back to your center and your deep inner wisdom. This is also in connection to the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. You may not have realized it, but you may be realizing it now through this change, through this transformation, through the letting go, or the sort of, you know, the thing that has been taken from you. You are coming back into yourself completely and realizing that you have this deep inner wisdom, these deep skills that you've built upon, that you've learned and developed over the years, and you get to apply that to this next venture that you're going to go upon. Okay, again, Spirit didn't reveal quite yet what this next venture is, and it's because it's going to be revealed to you through doing this deep work of coming back into yourself and being honest with yourself about why this position or this connection or this job needs to be let go, or why it has been removed from your presence. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and pull an oracle card. Let's see, what deck do we want to use? I'm going to use this deck here. This is the Work Your Light Oracle cards. So let's get some more guidance for pile 4. Let's see what we have here. Okay, we have a Dance with Life. Do something to change your energy. Do something new. Do something new. We also have Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? Let's pull one more. I feel like we should close in the gap. And Spirit's actually, they're guiding me to use this other deck here. So let's pull one from this deck here. This is the Black Moon Astrology cards. Oops. All right, we're going to take this top card. Okay, so let's see what we have. Oh, we have Jupiter return benefits, and this is number 49. Okay. All right. I am really drawn to how this card and the Star Mother card here are expressing so much of the color blue here, which is connected to your throat chakra. And what's coming through here is that when this change is initiated or when it happened, okay, so for some of you, I'm getting this message. This is going to be for somebody specific. If you were let go from a job or somebody that you were doing business with comes to you and tells you that they no longer want to work with you in that ways, they want to, go their own way and do their own thing. I feel like when that happened, you may have been really quiet. You may have been, it may be because you were in shock. There could be a plethora of reasons as to why you were so quiet, but you didn't say a lot and you weren't able to clearly speak your truth about this interaction or this initiation of change. And so the blue is coming up here because Spirit's wanting to tell you, to give you permission and to tell you to give yourself permission to speak your true feelings about this change, this transformation happening. And I think that's very important to the overall messages that are coming through here, because your first card is saying to be honest with yourself. You haven't been allowing yourself to witness, to experience, and to fill out the truth of what you're feeling through this change, this transformation that's happening, okay? And that's why it says, how can you mother yourself? What would your mother tell you to do in this situation? Or if you were a mother and your child was going through this experience, what would you tell them to do in this situation? I feel here like somebody really needs to really just like scream. They need to let out that repressed energy. They need to get it out of their system. So give yourself permission to be loud and expressive with your inner emotions and the things that you're feeling internally. Get them out of your system. Dancing is a great way to also move the energy in your body and to, get flowing again and to get that energy to sort of like shake it out. And it made me think of the song, what's it called? Shake It Off by Taylor Swift. So some of you may need to listen to that song and really shake off the energy where things aren't flowing, where they're feeling stuck, or where you're feeling confused as to why this change was initiated or why somebody or a business company has let you go. Okay, we also have the Ace of Swords right here in the back, which is showing this energy of sort of being stuck in your head a little bit about this, So with that, Spirit's saying, when I say to allow yourself to freely express the internal emotions that you're facing, such as, through screaming or crying, your mind may say, oh, I can't do that. Why would I scream? No, get out of your head and get into your body. Allow yourself to feel what your body is feeling. And that's, again, why we have the dance card here, because it allows you to get into your body. So I'm seeing this cycle where Spirit's saying, put on some tunes and just start dancing. Start allowing yourself to be overtaken by the music, the flow of the music, dancing with your body. And I think naturally when you're doing that, these emotions are going to come through because you're going to be out of your head and you're going to physically be in your body, and you'll be able to feel into those emotions and allow yourself to just let them loose. That could also be another reason why this change is happening. You may be somebody who naturally holds on to things very tightly, and through loosening your grip on this job or this connection that you had with somebody, it's sort of like the universe teaching you that it's okay to let go a little, okay? Because I am seeing, even though Spirit's not specifically telling me what's going to happen next, this is a beautiful blessing in disguise, because it's going to allow you to connect deeper with yourself and to get real with yourself about the experience that you actually want to have when it comes to working with other people or working for a company. And it will really get you to further investigate and explore that all those things that you want to experience in working with other people are actually, like checked off. Those things actually happen. And it's not just, somebody telling you that it's happening. It's the real experience that you want to be having, that you want to be embracing. But first, you have to go through this deep healing, this deep inner work of admitting to yourself and accepting how you're feeling in this present moment about where you're at with your career and your business relationships. Okay, there's a lot coming up about relationships here. All right, loves, let's go ahead and pull your last card. So I'm going to pull your last card from this deck here. This is the Animal Messages Oracle deck. So let's see what your animal guide is in career and business for this week. What is Pile 4's animal guide? There we go. Ooh, we have Spider. Spider, travel will open up new possibilities and one special connection. And there we have more blue again. This need to speak your truth, to express yourself outwardly, to stop holding in all those inner feelings, all those inner thoughts. Tell that person what you think about them letting you go. Let it out. Tell them. Okay, with the travel card though, with the spider saying travel, we also had the Two of Wands where we talked about travel with the little globe there in the van. Okay, so for some of you, you may be inspired to travel somewhere new. You may even receive like a new job opportunity or business opportunity or relationship with somebody that lives somewhere else, or maybe they do business in a different state or city or even like a different country, and you may be guided or asked to travel there for maybe like some type of interview or to just meet this other person. So for somebody listening, there's definitely like something where you work with people like one-on-one, or you create contracts with somebody or companies. And I'm seeing like, the message I got where somebody chose to no longer work with you. They chose to cut their contract. There could be like a new opportunity where somebody wants to, pull up a new contract and work with you in some way, and it may require you to travel, okay? But I'm also feeling on a more personal level, not just for business, because you're doing a lot of inner work and becoming honest with yourself and your feelings in relation to career and business and your business relationships. You may just naturally be guided to travel, like just for yourself, for personal reasons, to process everything that you're experiencing internally and emotionally right now. And through traveling to this space, that you're going like basically on vacation for yourself, some new opportunity or connection may arise while you are traveling, while you are, having that vacation experience. Okay. We also have the spider here, which represents creativity, creating, the spider creates its web. And so for some of you, you may be creating something completely new that is not even connected to or in alignment with this previous thing that was removed from your life experience. Okay, so just be open to new possibilities and new ventures, because again, you also have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords, which represents new beginnings. And through doing this deep healing, we're coming into this deep inner acceptance of where you're at in the present moment. Naturally, something new is going to arise from you coming into that acceptance with yourself. So be open to those possibilities. All right, loves, that's it for your reading today. I thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this reading, please give this video a thumbs up and comment down below what you enjoyed most. I love hearing from you all about how the messages resonated with you and what stood out to you. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on next week's reading. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by sending me a DM on Instagram at selfunity, or you can email me at selfunity@outlook.com, and we can set up a personal reading for you where all of the messages that come through are meant just for you. All right, loves, I thank you so much once again. I'm sending you so much love and healing energy. Have a beautiful day. Bye.